We're beginning our film series study on Broncos' newest addition at cornerback, third-round acquisition, Michael Ojemudia out of Iowa. Now, this you're going against Penn State. I'm going to show you guys some film on what he does. He didn't see a lot of action in this game on the All-22, but he does some things where I can see why the Broncos picked him up. He's a smart football player. He's instinctual, and there's some things, obviously, he's got to work on here. But as you're going to see a tight end. You're going to see a running back to his side. So with them playing zone coverage, he's lined up to the outside. He's not lined up head up. Usually if they're playing man, you're going to line up a little bit head up on the tight end as he's the end man of the line of scrimmage here. But he's going to play outside leverage. Now what's going to happen is this tight end's going to go across. This running back's going to come, chip, and release out here, and he's going to pick him up. So part of me is wondering that he's playing cover two because you got a too high safety look. He's going to be playing deep half here. Now obviously you have more receiving threats over here. You have the inside linebacker cheated over to the trip side. So he's probably going to be dropping back inside here, and he's got coverage over the top. So outside of that, just kind of showing you guys the sum of all parts of the defensive side of the ball. And as you guys can see, tight end's going to go inside, running back's chipping out. He's keying back out of the backfield, and he's finding work. And really on this play, I think Iowa does a great job against Penn State's quarterback. But I'm going to show you guys again in slow motion. Just he's watching him. He's got disciplined eyes. He's a fundamental guy, and he's keeping himself in front of him. So really right here at this point, I mean, I can't critique anything. I think overall Iowa executed this play very nicely, and Ojemudia is going to be an interesting pickup for the Broncos. Iowa on this series, they played a little bit of match zone concept, which means defensively, as you guys can see, there is a trips formation to the top of your screen here. This guy's going to motion, and he's going to end up being a running back for Penn State here. So it's going to be gun right. So you'll have doubles gun right. So they're playing match zone. They're playing match to the field side, which means that if this wide receiver runs vertical past 6 to 8 yards, this cornerback's got to play him as man. Same thing here with number 2. The safety is going to get over the top and cover him. And then more than likely, you're going to see zone on the side where the boundary side is. And that's what we see with Michael Ojemudia here. So I'm going to let the play develop for you guys. You see the motion all the way. Now you got gun right. Iowa's playing a match zone concept. Wide receivers release vertically past 5 to 6 yards. So this guy's getting a chip right here on number 2. This guy's running vertical. He's going to play him as man because he's going to cross inside. This safety is over the top, so he can help out if this guy goes vertical. This guy's coming underneath right here. So this linebacker is actually going to step in front and cover him. And then Michael Ojemudia, as you can see, he's playing outside leverage right here, and he's playing back, which means that he's playing zone concept. He's zone turning. He's opening up with his eyes towards the quarterback. If he man turned, he'd be more than likely inside leverage, fitting in on the hip of the wide receiver here. So he's going to bail deep, and if this guy comes out right here, this backer is going to come up and take him, and you still have safety help deep over the top here. So just a little bit of a concept there for you guys to look at, and really just, he's a smart, instinctual guy. The Broncos will play some match zone in 2020, so Michael Ojemudia is showing that he's capable of doing that. Now on this play, Ojemudia is going to get some action against one of his upcoming teammates in KJ Hamler here. KJ Hamler's lined up in the slot here, but this is really just a play design here by Penn State to get KJ Hamler free. They're going to run this guy off vertically. They're going to run vertical here. They're going to run vertical here, and they're just going to run a clear out with KJ Hamler here. Now this is one of the plays where KJ Hamler drops it. This is one of the things he's got to work on, and certainly he's going to get a lot of time with Coach Azani and the jugs machine, but this is more of a concentration drop, him trying to get the ball and look upfield before he can even get it, the clear out to the outside. And look, I like the thing what Ojemudia does here. He sees that the ball's thrown, he reacts quickly, and he could come up and blast KJ Hamler if need be. So he shows the ability to react instinctually once the ball is thrown, breaking quickly on the football in zone coverage. Now, when I do these film reviews, I want to show you guys what a player can do. I don't want to show you guys just highlights. I want to show you the good. I want to show you the bad. I also want to go through the thought process, and I want to show you guys technique, especially with Ojemudia. I believe he's really a true technician here. Now, Penn State, as they condense their formations, they love out of this formation to the field side to run out routes. Now, that's exactly what this wide receiver is going to run to Ojemudia's side. They're playing zone coverage here. But here's the thing I like about Ojemudia. He reads this ball perfectly, right? Now, I'm going to show you this right about here. Now, he does a good job because sometimes DBs usually will want to try to attack and get in front of the route here. But if Ojemudia steps up right here and overcommits, this guy's taught as a wide receiver, if he's running an out route, if the guy breaks on the route like that, turn it into an up so you run the out and the up here. I've done that many times in my playing career. But Ojemudia does a great job. Look at that leverage. He mirrors him, and he's got pretty equal leverage right here, hip to hip. So this is not an option for him. I know it was a run play, but he just shows that he can cover that. You always have to account for every potential possibility. The out route's usually quick breaking. Ojemudia does a good job with his technique. I'm going to show you guys here Michael Ojemudia playing up at the line of scrimmage. A lot of times we see him playing off coverage, but he also disguises zone coverage by playing press zone. He also, right here, he's going to do what we call motor footwork. He's got a great mirror step right here, matching the wide receiver, I think, step for step, hip to hip, especially against Penn State. They have a lot of fast wide receivers here. So watch Michael down here at the bottom of the screen. Good mirror tech and really just covering the speed, getting in that hip position. I think he does a great job there. So I'm going to slow it down for you. He mirrors the wide receiver step, the outside release. He is hip to hip. This is what we call the click and close. He sees it, he processes it, and he fits it on that hip very quickly here on an incomplete pass. On this play, Michael Ojemudia gives up a reception on the out route. Now, for the Denver Broncos, they're going to have him disguise that he's going to be up at the line of scrimmage, showing a press look, but he's going to bail back into zone coverage. He does that here, but he gives up the reception on the out route because he doesn't react quick enough, and he doesn't reverse pivot to be able to make a play on this. Now, as you see, he climbs vertical, and watch right there. Now this wide receiver is breaking out. He's got a little bit of separation now. His eyes are centric, focused right now on the quarterback. That is in no man's land here. Usually you want to take this pivot foot right here, plant, and break outside to be able to cover that route. They're going to work that every day in practice. Ed Donatel works that drill with his DBs, but you can't give up that type of route, especially in the NFL. You're expected in zone coverage to be able to cover the deep comeback to the sticks or the out route, and this is just a learning lesson for Michael Ojemudia. I think he can learn and he can improve on it. The Broncos are going to test him, especially with Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler now as wide receivers. On this play, Michael Ojemudia becomes a run support defender here. Now, I'm going to tell you exactly what happens. Now, he doesn't make the tackle here, but he makes the job easier. Now, this wing, he's going to crash inside. They're going to do an inside handoff. He's coming tight down the end of the line of scrimmage here. He does his job as the defensive line. They're all pinching in, so he forces this play inside even better. There's no cutback lane for the running back, so, I mean, yes, he didn't make the tackle, but I'm showing you things that he could do well. I'm showing you the technique and the ability to do things well. Now, as you see, this defensive lineman shifting over. He's pinching here, he's pinching here, linebackers fielding here. This wing is going to lead inside, and he's coming down tight towards the end of the line of scrimmage, keeping his outside hand free. If that cutback's there, he's there for the tackle. So watch that right there. If this guy tries to cut back, he's going to cut it right back into Ojemudia's tackle. He does great coming down the end of the line of scrimmage and forcing it inside. Really, there's nowhere the running back could have gone. Like I said, technique is important. Showing you the things that he does well is super important.